Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Send your request into designs@patioheat.com for your personalized recommendation. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decision for your application. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential application. You can see we have some reclining space over here, a dining space over here. Over here, they want to heat up the entire space they had mentioned to us, so we will be heating up this area here as well. Looks like a food prep area. You know, there's be a barbecue, things of that nature over here. We do have folding doors that fold on the inside of the property or the resident itself, and there's a door over here that I have that is physically coming out into the patio itself. So something that we have to think about. We do have some fans located above the seating areas, as well as recessed lighting. Now the recessed lighting that I put here, I believe at 36 inches from the outside edge to this point here, and then 36 inches from this edge here to this point here. I am parallel on these lights with this wall here, and I'm parallel with the lights on this edge of the beam here as well. So you can see that there is a kind of an arch, or not arch, but triangular shape here. So that is something that we need to look at as far as the placement. This edge over here is a little bit different as far as the slope ceiling that you can see here. So that's something that we'll have to look at when we look at placing a heater in this area. Now the dimensions I received, I'll go ahead and show what I put down here. So basically I have the 37 feet 4 inches to this edge from this edge. Here I have at 13 foot. Here I put 13, but they did mention it was 14. The bottom edge, or the top edge of this main beam going across here, I have at 8 foot 11. On this edge here, I have at essentially 10 foot to the top edge of the wall here. And then over here, the top edge I have at 10 foot 6. From the center of this wall here, I have at 32 feet 2 inches to the wall over here. You can see the resident side here, I have at roughly, I think it was 31, and so we'll call it 32 feet from this edge here to the edge of the wall on the outside here. And over here, this doorway I just put at 7 foot. It might be taller. That might be an issue that we have to look at and address. So something that's important to note. Did not put the dimension of the height that I have here, but again, it shouldn't be an issue with regards to the doorways here, rather, because they do swing on the inside again. I think that's about it. But this door might be 8 foot as well, I should say. All right, so anything else? Okay, so the exact placement of these fans and the diameter of the fans is not known at this time. But if they are combustible fan blades, those will become an issue with regards to the placement of heaters over here. If they're non-combustible, then this plan might work out just fine. Here, we're going to make some adjustments, but again, not knowing the true diameter, these are just, I'm going to say, haphazardly placed by me. I took the triangular shape here, I guess you'd call it, but I went from the center of this span here to the center of this span here and divided that line here, and that would be where I actually have these fans. So they're not parallel with the wall. They're running from center here to center over here. Although, again, these lights are parallel with this beam, and these lights are parallel with the wall itself. And then again, over here, I don't have any lights, but they may have lights over here as well. So something else that we need to find out. Looking at the floor plan, you can see I'm following the floor plan as best I can. You can see here they show this 14 foot distance here, and I have it at 13 foot. It looked kind of more of like a square, so not quite sure if that is a true dimension. Also, there was a Another plan that I had received, and this wall was slightly different in its dimension as well. So that might be why this is a 14.8 now. I don't know that for a fact. So all right, let's go ahead and look at what we can do. In order to heat up this whole entire space, we're going to use the Infratech 6,000 watts and 4,000 watt units. What I've done here is I've placed 3, 4, and we'll go back to this one here in a second, but 3 of the 4,000 watt units at this elevation on the outside edge, and I have them just inset about 4 foot into the patio from this edge here to the center of the heater. And then this these are going to be the 6,000 watt units, so they're dual elements. They put out a little bit more heat for the higher elevation of the application. The 4,000 watts are just almost, well, we'll see the footprint of heat in just a minute here, but I want to talk about the clearances below the heaters first of all. And let's see if I have the distances here. I don't have the distances yet, so let's go ahead and pop that in here real quick. Give me 1 second, and I'll go ahead and mark this up and turn these off here, but this will be just so you can see what the distances I have between each individual heater. So from midpoint to midpoint, and it's going to be something it doesn't like because it is at an angle slightly, so you can see that angle, but in any case you can see 9'10" from center to center and from center to center. And again, these are parallel. You can see this line wants to go straight, but these are actually parallel to the outer edge here, and so that would be 9'10" as well. Now where you select to place this first unit here based on the wall, and I'll go ahead and show what I did. We'll go ahead and just mark this, oops, right there, and you can see that's 6'6" to the edge of the wall to the center, and then 9'10", 9'10", and that would be 9 foot. Actually, this is a little bit shorter because of that slope part of the ceiling. So let's go ahead and look at that one as well. If we can grab it, there we go. Sorry for the delay. Sometimes it's hard to get that measurement here. There we go. So that would be 9 foot, and the reason I did that is because of this slope over here changing, but we'll talk about that again in a minute. So these are all the 4,000 watt units. These are all the 6,000 watt units, and the distance between the two from here to here, there we go. Well, that's a rough spot there, but yeah, we'll call it 8 foot center to center on those units. So let's see if I can get this out of there, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off for a second. In any case, let's go ahead and look at the clearances. So the clearances below, we have 18 inches of clearance on all 4 sides of the heater below the heater, and 36 inches down below the heater itself. So you can see that with these fans placed here, we are, physically in that ray, or in that clearance zone. Specifically, more specifically on the left side here, the 4,000 watt units versus the 6,000. So we could actually move these fans slightly over, and I'm going to do it along this wall here. So let's see if that'll work. If I go up slightly, we should be close to meeting those clearances if we place them between the 2 heaters here. And then making sure that we have that distance between the 6,000 and the 4,000 over here. So that's something we have to look at still. Knowing the diameter, knowing the distance down, knowing the placement of the heater or of the fan is very important as far as meeting clearances, unless again the fan blades are non-combustible itself. So they could be steel, but you still, if they're steel, you don't want the ray penetrating any type of metal, because it will cause, in future drooping of that blade. So That's pretty much it about these particular heaters. You can see here I did move this one slightly, I believe, to the left because of the wall over here, and the doorway might become an issue if this doorway is a little bit taller, but where I have them right now, even if it was, we can go with another foot taller, we're still outside of that clearance zone, so that should not be an issue if in fact you place the heaters here. Now let's go ahead and take off the top here for a second so we can kind of get an idea of how I did this. So you can see that yes, these are parallel with this outer edge. These are also parallel with the outer edge, so we could manipulate this slightly, change this angle slightly if that is needed. We could take something like this and possibly move the heaters slightly over, more parallel with this wall, but again, we need to watch out for that doorway, and I would prefer not to do that if that's possible. So over here, you can see that we do have this extra 4,000 watt unit here. Probably that would be over an overkill as far as the heat output, but to make sure that we heat up this space here, we have to do something. So we'll look at that here in just 1 second. Let me go ahead and turn on the rays, turn off the clearances below. These heaters are all pointed straight down to the ground, so there's no tilt, and you can place them on the ceiling with the OEM bracket going straight down to the floor. Now, the 4,000 watt units are really designed for just a few inches lower than what they are right now, which is going to be fine for the seating height, however, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. And then over here, these two heaters are centered within this 13-foot span, and also we have that fan issue over here, so something that has to be done about that. But the footprint of heat would be very good throughout the whole entire span, except for the fact that if we delete this particular unit, you can see that we're not hitting this edge here, and we certainly are not hitting this edge here. But this might be a shorter table, and that might be fine. So the footprint that you see is roughly about 12-foot distance from left to right here, as well as the back over here. It's a little bit larger, maybe 12 foot, 6 inches over here, because it's a higher elevation and a stronger beam. So in any case, this is what I would recommend at this particular moment for these this application. And also just to note, I did choose 4,000s back on the front, 6,000s on the back, because the fact that each one of the 6,000 watts is 25 amps a piece, so that would be quite a bit of power, and trying to limit the amount of power that is being used. And also you definitely want to use a control system, probably something like a zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, or even manipulating it so that you have, this would be 6,000 watt, 6,000 watt, 6,000 watt would all be individual zones, and then these might be zone 1, zone 2 for the two of them, and then this again zone 3 over here. So something of that nature. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com, and please tap that like button. We don't advertise, we're not monetize. YouTube does not promote our channel, and most of our viewers only find our channel based on the fact that you give us a thumbs up, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day.